Lime's King of the Hill, the final shakedown to Rally Barbados 2015 coming up.
If you want the best motor oil for your vehicle, get Belleville Motor Oil, the official motor oil of Race 1.
On to some images from scrutineering, where the cars are thoroughly checked in preparation for the rally. It also allows fans and friends of the sport to get up close to the cars and their favorite drivers. Just over 80 local, regional and international competitors were entered to contest the Hangman Hill stage in St. Thomas for the Lime King of the Hill event, which is the final shakedown for crews competing in this weekend's Rally Barbados.
Paul Bird, we're at the start of Lime King of the Hill. What are your expectations and how do you feel?
Yeah, I think it's all right. A few grey clouds about today, so let's hope we don't have any rain. But yeah, I think the competition is going to be obviously very tough, so yeah, I think there'll be more people worrying about me than I'll be worrying about them, so let's see how it goes. Yeah, I'm confident today that we can be quickest, that's for sure.
It's a practice, this whole rally is a practice for us. Can't expect to come over and win or compete with the local guys straight away, but we want to enjoy the experience and, like I say, learn it, practice, have some fun.
We've had a tough week, some last minute changes we made to the car trying to get a little extra speed out of the car have caused some problems. My plan of attack has changed a little bit today. Instead of coming out the box like a bat out of hell like I normally do, I think I'll start a little bit slower and take advantage of that and learn in Vaucluse properly, and then by the end of the day be up to full speed.
I'll try and keep it in one piece, unlike the last time I had this car here where I wrecked it, but we'll see if we can keep it in one bit for the main rally.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
Martin Stockdale, what goals are you setting yourself? What are your expectations?
Well, I just want to get to the end and make sure we haven't got any big problems so we can hopefully have a good run on the rally next weekend, because we've got a bit of an engine issue at the minute with a bit of a misfire, so we need to try and sort that out today and hopefully we'll be good to go next week.
Despite the large number of competitors, the event ran silky smooth. The Barbados Rally Club running from the slower cars to the faster ones, while the winner was based on the fastest time of the 3 official runs. Missing from the entry list was only a few names as competitors from 14 nations revved their engines and shot across the stage. There were just under 10 World Rally cars for this event, and the WRC hunting 2-wheel drives were out to see just how many 4-wheel drives they would leave in their wake when the dust settled. The husband and wife team of Cheryl and Barry Spencer from England got things going in their Vauxhall Astra with the wife at the controls, of course. Pierre Clark and Ezra Gibbs in the Honda Civic finished second in the clubman class. 7 seconds adrift of Pierre Clark was Rommel Martin and Rashid Phillips, who were third in the clubman class in their Toyota Starlet. David Brewster and Alex Curtin sped their way to a third place finish in Group B in the Peugeot 205 GTI. Wales' Paul Rees and England's Paul Briggs in the Vauxhall Astra Mark II finished 7th in Modified 7. Paul Innes looks to have made his way past Jeremy Croney on the stage during the practice run. However, Croney finished the day the faster of the two, and he went on to win the clubman class. Kurt Ward and Kurt King in the Ford Escort Mark I finished third in Super Modified 9 after running into some grass and having to reverse on their second official run. Despite an injury a few weeks earlier to his right foot, Barbados' Brendan McKenzie was in fine form as he carved his way to an impressive second place in Modified 6. England's Mark Tinsley and James Quasden were the lone competitors in Modified 5. Barbados' Darrell Clark and Russell Branker found themselves winning Modified 7 by 4/100th of a second. Yes, you heard it right. 0.04 seconds was their margin of victory in the class over Turks and Caicos' Paul Horton. Never mind the small mishap they had. Greg Horticozier and Natasha Farnham were certainly entertaining as well as quick. They finished second in the International Historic class. Some fast hands and quick thinking from Jonathan Ince as he corrects this mistake in no time to finish third in the historic class. Scotland's Alan McKay and Northern Ireland's Mo Downey in the Ford Anglia well-run car. They finished fourth in Super Modified 11. Jamal Brathwaite and Dario Hoyt in the Honda Civic Type R finished fourth in Modified 7, which was won by Darrell Clark. Here, Super Modified 9 winner Mark King shows us how to get out of a sticky situation by keeping your foot on the gas. Scotland's Peter Sinclair managed to edge ahead of Barbados' Greg Cozier for the International Historic Class victory in his Ford Escort Mark II. He also had some challenges on the slippery course. Scotland's Kenny Hall is no stranger to the event, and this time he is making his appearance with a Ford Puma S1600, which took him to second in Modified 6. The all-female crew of Shelley Taunt and Julie Murphy from England finished fifth in group. New Zealand's Nick Marshall had Nigel Hutchinson filling in for his regular Australian co-driver Ray Barker, and they finished 8th in Modified 7 after this happened on their first official run, and then they missed the second run. Turks and Caicos' Paul Horton got progressively fast as the day went on, so after shaving more than 10 seconds off his first run time of 0.04 seconds off the winner of Modified 7 in second place. Rob Ware in the Triumph TR7 V8 finished third in the International Historic class, just over 4 seconds off the class winner. Better get it straight before the gate. Stuart McClary was unable to batter his second run time and had to settle for 5th in Super Modified 11. Scotland's Fraser Loudon had an eventful start to the event as he touched the back of the Mitsubishi Evolution 9. He finished 6th in the WRC1 class. Despite this mishap, Clifford Cox was able to claim second place in Super Modified 9. This corner seemed to have caught out a number of drivers. One such driver was England's Raymond Clough, who finished 4th in the International Historic class. No times on the practice run. Let's entertain, says Mr. Nigel Warswick. During the first official run, he was forced to pull over and retire early. England's Steve Finch seemed to have had some trouble making this tight turn. He finished 6th in Super Modified 10. Barbados' Andrew Jones was 2nd in Super Modified 11 with 1 run to go. However, he was squeezed down 3rd when that final run was completed. Pushing him down to 3rd was Dane Skeet, who took 4 seconds off his 2nd run time to finish 2nd in Super Modified 11 and 12th overall. England's Stuart Tomlinson carried off 2nd in the historic class. And the winner of the historic class was Wayne Archer in the BMW. England's Pete Rayner and Mario Rayner won Group B. England's Simon Major and Melanie Holmes set off in the Ford Escort Mark II for the first time in Barbados. Mark Thompson spins here and gets stuck for a bit. As a result, England's Simon Major catches him, and let's see what happens next. Yup, it's a race. Thompson went on to finish 2nd in Group N, while Simon Major won Super Modified 11 by 0.24 seconds faster than Dane Skeet. After some late nights by his crew, Brett Clark had made his appearance for the first time this season in the Citroen C2. He finished 4th in Super Modified 10, about 13 seconds adrift of the class winner. Avinash Chatrani finished 3rd in Group A. Neil Corbin was absolutely flying along the course, and he won Modified 6 by over 8 seconds. David St. Hill getting out of trouble by staying on the gas. He finished 6th in Super Modified 12. Just a little too late on the brakes to make this turn. England's Martin Stockdale finished 5th in Super Modified 12, which is also known as a group of BMWs. Barbados' Justin Campbell finished 2nd in the same group, and he too also misjudged this turn completely, but takes care of that on the next pass.
The #1 Saturday night party, Scroll Up, returns on June 6th at the BIDC Complex, Princess Alice Highway, Bridgetown. Get this, discount at the door for the first set. Admission $15 all night long. Your Scroll Up DJs for the night, Peter Coppin and Monster Piece, Hyperdog and Frog, Jinxing and El Paso, hosted by Jamar the Star. Saturday, June 6th, Scroll Up Fets return from 10 p.m. at the BIDC Complex, Princess Alice Highway, Bridgetown.
The Lime Dancers. It was a Limers party at King of the Hill. Rhett Watson was the easy winner of Super Modified 12, and after being as high as 9th overall, he had to settle for 13th. England's Olive Hopkins finished 5th in Group A. Francis Pierre-Negre was 6th in Group A. Howard Morley and Trevor Thorpe finished 6th in Group N. While this rapidly approaching Toyota Starlet of Josh Reed was the fastest two-wheel drive of the day and 7th overall. Wales' Rupert Lomax had to settle for 2nd in Group A by 0.07 seconds. Scotland's Barry Groundwater was letting it all hang out, but could not get any higher than 4th in Group A. England's Peter Morris, who lives in Trinidad, was 7th in WRC 1 by over 25 seconds. Neil Armstrong was having some clutch problems, but still put in a great run to finish 2nd in Super Modified 10 and 9th overall. Roger Mayer started off the morning with some problems getting full power. However, he managed to finish 3rd in the highly competitive Super Modified 10 and 10th overall in his Toyota Starlet. The Starlet spins, but some quick hands and it faces the right direction. Then comes the request from the right foot. It is on its way. But it wasn't only inside Vaucluse that was catching the drivers out. Here, Group A winner Joe McQuillan from Northern Ireland misses the turn completely. Roger Hill in the Toyota Corolla WRC found himself involved in a seesaw battle with the two-wheel drive leaders Josh Reed and Neil Armstrong. Hill had to settle for 8th place, splitting Reed and Armstrong in the overall standings. Maybe the sight of Hill in the rearview mirror of Scotland's Donny MacDonald made him nervous. Frenchman Simon Jean-Joseph was also inside the top 2 stage times until the very last run of the day. It was here that he went slower than his second run as a result of this stall and had to settle for his previous run as his fastest time. In the John Powell-owned Ford Focus WRC, Jean-Joseph finished 4th overall. England's Roger Duckworth also looked on course for a top 5 finish until the final run. He had to settle for 6th overall and the winner of the WRC 2 class. Jamaica's Jeffrey Panton and Michael Fennell Jr. had posted the fastest time on the first official run, but did not finish the second one due to a flat tire on the stage. England's Rob Swan was looking to put in a fight for glory, but the increasingly slippery surface may not have been what he was looking for. In the end, he had to settle for 5th overall, which was just under 4 seconds behind the eventual winner and less than half a second off 4th place of Simon Jean-Joseph.
Two, one, go, 50, 5 right plus, into 6 left, nips, into flat crest, 50, 3 right, 40, 2 left in, into 3 right in, into crest, 6 left, into 4 right of a crest, late, 50.
England's Paul Bird was looking to blast away the competition, but a few mistakes on the practice run showed him outside the top 20 times. But the practice is just that. Looking to clean up those mistakes in the first official run, this happened.
50, 5 right plus, into 6 left, nips. No.
Leaving him with the final 2 runs to make his bid at the title. Barbados' Roger Skeet was giving his all to defend home turf. He dealt a devastating blow to the challengers when he posted the fastest time on the second official run. However, with only the fastest time counting towards the overall standings, this meant realistically the Lion King of the Hill title was still up for grabs until the final run was over and the fight was wide open. The day had not been easy for England's Paul Bird, and despite his best effort, he had to settle for 3rd place, just about a half second off the eventual winner. Jamaica's Jeffrey Panton has shown he is in top form. However, in his final quest for the victory, he was edged out by the narrowest of margins and had to settle for 2nd place. Roger the Sheriff Skeet is the 2015 Lion King of the Hill champion. Skeet, with co-driver Luis Venezia, turned in a final run time along the 4.6 kilometer course of 3 minutes 1.54 seconds. This was a mere 0.05 seconds ahead of 2nd place Jeffrey Panton and returns the King of the Hill title to Barbados. The time is now. It's finally here. Rally Barbados 2015.
We starting the rally this year on Friday night from Bushy Park, as Ezra had mentioned earlier. This year, the rally will start at 6 p.m. with the first of 2 special stages at Bushy Park. We are using the Race of Champions configured track, which means that the cars will be running side by side. From there, we go straight into the meat of the matter, which is 21 stages fought out over 2 days. We start on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock from Central Service at Simpson Motors. The route takes us to the north of the island. We're not going as far north as we did in previous years. The first stage is at Sailor Gully. From there, we go straight to a slightly new configured stage. We're starting from Haggett's near to the entrance to Lakes in Belle Plaine and running all the way up to the top of Spring Vale. That will be second venue, stage 2. And the third stage, we are running from Highland Outdoor Tours, which is near the entrance to Welshman Hall Gully, past Cane Field, down Fortress Hill, up past Dukes, and again into Vaucluse, through Vaucluse Circuit, and down Hangman's Hill. And that is the third venue. We run those in 3 loops. That is day 1. We finish with 2 stages that are at night, one at Vaucluse to finish off Saturday, and the one previous would be at Sailor Gully. So both of those stages are actually run at night. On Sunday then, we leave Simpson Motors again, and we are going straight from Simpson Motors to what is traditionally the eastern stages held in the eastern part of the island. This year we've changed this up slightly in that we're running a stage from Drax Hall to Poole, which is a traditional stage that's been out of rotation for about 2 or 3 years, but this year we're bringing it back. From there we go to Malvern. This year we have a slightly different end to Malvern, something we haven't used in a long time. We're starting in a traditional spot at Malvern, running past Malvern Wall, down Wilson Hill, through Redland, past Tappy Pond, and instead of going straight down what we call the Gutter Road to end opposite Andrews Factory, we're actually turning left and stopping about another kilometre further on just before Sweetvale Village. From there, we then go to Jack in the Box Gully. And with the government kindly fixing the road, we are running a brand new stage for us anyway, and one which has not been run for about 15 years. This stage starts after you leave Prouts. You turn left into the road that links Jack in the Box Gully with Hopewell, and we will start the stage there in Jack in the Box Gully. And that stage runs all the way out to the main road, goes past Hopewell Plantation, up Hangman's Hill, through Vaucluse, and finishes on the straight past Duke's Plantation. The rally then finishes and culminates back at Bushy Park with a super special, which is not for time, which is scheduled at around 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon.